All right, for today's video, there's really not any new material that we're going to be talking about, but we are going to be looking at some stuff you can do to study better. Sorry for the shaking the screen there for a minute. Some stuff that you can do to study better. You remember basically yesterday's assignment was kind of a 2-day assignment. I want to add a few ideas today and maybe help you a little bit. Please be working on the double FRQ. One of those FRQs most of you are doing fairly well on. The other one not so well. And we're going to talk a little bit about that FRQ here in just a minute. Also, make sure you watch both videos on Heinrich von Thunen's commercial agricultural model that he came up with in the 1800s. That is a very, very important model. And we're going to be talking about why it's so important and what you have to know about it. Because it is a very key model. And tomorrow we're going to be doing some application on a video. So we will be doing application on a video as it refers to that. But I want you to know the circles, the rings first. So this does take you taking some good notes. Those of you who are visual learners, even if you're not a big visual learner, you probably want to take maybe even some almost like drawing out your notes with the von Thunen model, because you need to know where those rings are. You want to know exactly what happens in each ring. You want to understand cost of land. You want to understand profitability of the crop, stuff like that, perishability of the crop. Please review that. I'm leaving you 2 days to study it on your own so we can come back and talk about application stuff after that. I wanted to show you a study technique here that I've showed some of you earlier in the year. And I think now it becomes essential to fine-tune our study techniques. And so I want to show you some things here. First of all, I've got several key vocabulary words or concepts that you guys are supposed to know on the screen. And you will see that I put colonialism in red. And you don't have to necessarily pick one of these as your centerpiece, but I wanted to do that. And so I want to see how colonialism connects to these other terms. Now, I can do this 2 ways. I can come up with random terms, put them down on a sheet of paper, and then try to make connections myself. Or I can come up with a term like colonialism and then start, okay, so what terms or what concepts are connected to colonialism? And so when I think colonialism, I think, okay, it was done by today's more developed countries. That's partially how they became more developed. And they went to today's less developed countries and colonized them and took advantage of resources and put them to hard labor and stuff like that. Also know that in essence is a form of globalization because it brought parts of the world more connected to other parts of the world. I also know that in that globalization effort, many of these rich countries created agriculture